Hi guys, welcome to Game Talk 3-1 against Utrecht, final home game, Papimento. It was
Yes.
important win, not only for ourselves, but also now we have a small chance next week, man. We can still go to the Champions League. Who would have thought?
I didn't. So that's no, really good. I'm really happy with the win. Exactly what we need to do. PSV lost some points, so yeah, we're back in the race. All good. So we should be very happy. And after the game we saw, there were some bright moments. So yeah, you can be positive about certain things for sure.
Yeah, starting with the lineup, same as Groningen. Were you okay with that? How did we start the game? Your thoughts about the initial parts of the game and towards the end?
Well, for the staying on the positive note, let's say our central back duo. I like the Hato Timber combination. It's working out well. I thought Hato was phenomenal today. Timber also at times with his dribble, very attacking oriented. So I was really happy with that. I thought Wijndal played a decent match for his capabilities. Um, I thought actually in the first half, a lot of people from Ajax played a decent half. I don't know if it had to do a lot with the opponent, but we had a decent half. We should have scored a lot of goals. We should have been ahead, like for at least 4 goals, I think, in the first half. Bergwijn missing a sitter. Brobbey with, I don't know what that was, but that cross from Tadic was perfect on him in that first half. And the way he just doesn't finish, yeah, part of the reason why I gave him such a low score, I think, today.
Yeah, we will touch
Um,
upon the grades in a bit, but yeah, continue,
yeah.
please.
Yeah, and in the second half, I thought we lost a little bit of control. You saw Utrecht also a little bit more going up front, putting more pressure on Ajax, and I thought we looked like the Ajax we always look at when people give us a little bit of fire and gas against us. Then we become yeah, it becomes hard for us to control the game like the way we did in the first half. So it was a different feel, but I'm happy that we still got the points, Juan, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah, if you look at the stats and also the eye test, if you look at the game, I mean, it's more than deserved that we won the game, right?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%, 100%. And we played a decent game, but I'm not 100% convinced it was only us. I think the opponent was also very weak today, so I'm not joyful, and I'm still worried about the game next week against Twente because that's an away game. Wijndal going out with an injury, so who are we going to put on the left back? Because he was just starting to get his rhythm back. Um, but yeah, a lot of things still for next week to play for, and I thought we were out of it. So a happy coincidence, we're back in the game, and we might get the Champions League spot. Let's hope.
Yeah. Look, I want to touch upon Hato a little bit because everybody is, like giving him all the credits, and he's been playing really well since he, joined the team. First as a left back, now he entered a little bit more to the center back, his natural position together with Timber. You said they're doing well. I'm happy with that. Wendell gets a little bit injured. He switched to the left back position. We were talking actually. I was saying like, oh, the only thing about Hato is he doesn't go up front that
Up
many
front.
times. And then the first, I mean, not even a minute after I said that, he gives a cross. Kudus lays it back. Brobbey scores. It was incredible.
Yeah,
So
beautiful.
going to next week, we don't know if Wijndal will be, available, yes or no. But would you have more Hato as a left back, or no? The way we started, this starting 11 for you is the ideal one to close off the season next week against Twente.
That's a very hard question, Juan, because what other options do we have on the left back? I mean, if you put Hato on the left back, it opens up a spot for Edson to bring back. But I like Edson on the midfield, so that's a hard one actually. I don't know if I would put Bassi in or Sanchez in. Yeah, I think that's going to be a difficult question even for Heitinga for next week. So really, I couldn't give it to you. I mean, Hato, I found him the first half really commanding, really composed. All his one-on-ones he won, except that mistake he made, for the goal. But yeah, his passes also from the back, very
Chris.
good in the feet of the opponent, crisp. Smart player for his age, I must say. So for me, yeah, he was the man of the match. Um, I would keep actually the central duo like it was in the first half because I really like that, but I just don't know what you're going to do with the left back position. That's the only thing.
I mean, there's a whole week, right? We'll see what happens then. Want to touch a little bit on the combination, Bergwijn as a 10, Brobbey as a striker. Are you liking that combination, that new Heitinga choice at the end of the season? Do you understand his ideas behind it?
Yeah, I mean, I understand his idea, but I just don't like it because it's not a typical number 10. I tweeted also about this. Bergwijn is not a 10 for me. And, even Klaassen, I complain about because I don't find him the typical 10 either, but he scores. So everybody's just happy when he scores, right?
Explain to our viewers, what's a typical 10?
For me, a typical 10 would be more in the likes of way of playing, right? So maybe Bergkamp, maybe Jari Liedman, and maybe
No, but hold on. Yeah. Okay.
Those are but I'm just not talking about type. I'm talking about technical capabilities in the box, what you can do with the ball, right?
Looking at our squad right now, who would be the 10? Who would you pick as a 10?
We don't have that. I mean, for me, it would be Kudus. Kudus is the only one I would like as a 10, but he's never been tried there. And
so, in your view, the only 10 that you see fitting for this Ajax squad is Kudus.
The way I would like to play a 10, yes.
All right. That's your opinion. I was watching your grades. Just want to touch upon that a little bit about Klaassen specifically. He came in, he stopped the counter, he scored a goal. You still gave him a 5. Why is that?
Oh, because I'm so done with Klaassen, man. I don't want him to see him on the pitch anymore. I'm so done with him. I think when he came on, our way of playing also changed. We weren't as controlled on the ball as we were. Yeah, fine. He makes a good save in a dangerous area to get away from the ball, and he scores. But I thought actually the pass from Götze on Klaassen was more impressive than anything because he was all free to finish that. So, yeah, the only people that wouldn't finish that is maybe Bergwijn and Brobbey because they're not having their shooting boots.
Even after winning 3-1, we still have a possibility to qualify for the Champions League. You're being this salty, man. That's what you choose to be? Come on, man.
Just because they played a good game against a poor FC Utrecht, I don't have to be yelling and screaming and jumping because they won a game. No, this is a standard what we should expect from Ajax. And even then, they didn't really reward us with a lot of goals today. It was still like in the balance if we would get those points. So even though we played so well and we created so many chances, we have to be more clinical, Juan. And we have seen that the whole entire season that we're not clinical. And a striker and somebody in the 10 position that gets in those positions to score, it can give breathing room to the team. And that's what's lacking now because that breathing room is not being given. So most of the time, we're not ending the game with big numbers.
All right, let's end on a high. Your favorite moment of the game?
I must say Hato, just because he played a phenomenal game. He was my man of the match. And I thought because of his mistake, with the 1-1, I was like, okay, how is he going to come back from this? And then you saw him on the left back position, the first sprint, and the way he laid that ball to the second post for Kudus to lay back to Brobbey. I thought that was phenomenal. It showed a lot of skill and flair and vision. I think we're going to enjoy a lot from Hato. He's going to be the main man at Ajax for these coming years, for sure.
And what are we playing next season?
Champions League, of course.